Hey y'all, I'm Chas, and I want to welcome you to Heritage Acres Homestead. Here you'll find our family as we strive to live a life that pleases the Lord. We do our very best to make the most out of what we've been given, and so we'd like to invite you to come along and join us on this journey.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to Heritage Acres Homestead. I'm Chas, and I realize that I've been gone for a few weeks now, even over a month, I guess. But I'm sorry that you may have felt I've left you hanging. Things have just been moving right along around here. There's still things to take care of. There's still things to do, but there's been a bit of a shift in my life, and something I've tried to learn how to embrace and add to my daily tasks. And honestly, it's been extremely difficult. I've hesitated to share anything like this online before because, it's not like it's a surprise. If you're watching this video, you know that I am a overweight woman. But to talk about it seems it's very difficult, and I guess makes me feel very vulnerable. But by encouragement of some people close to me, namely my children and husband, that it might be an encouragement to others, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So early summer, or maybe midsummer, I began doing some workouts. Okay. Now it wasn't anything big by any stretch, but my hip started giving me some grief, which, again, wasn't unusual. Over the years, I've seemed to have more ailments as I've aged, and it's just basically being an overweight woman, it's catching up with me. I've always felt able, and just could do. Even though I was a bigger woman, I was able to just go and do. And it did hinder me on some things, physically as well as, I guess, psychologically, because I would get really backwards and embarrassed and stuff because, weight does hinder that, and it really can mess with your head when you feel less than. And so being an overweight woman, it has been difficult for me to come to terms with the fact that I can change my circumstances. Now, you may think that's crazy. I am a driven woman. There's very few things that I have wanted to do in my life that I have let stop me. I'm very stubborn, and if I want something, I go after it. Whole hog. But my weight has been something that I would lose some weight, and then I would gain it back. I would lose some weight and gain it back. I've yo-yoed my whole life. I feel like I've been on a diet since I was maybe 6 or 7 years old, because I've always been a big kid, always always bigger than everybody else, all the way through childhood, through teenage years, and now into adulthood. And now here I am, I'll be 50, Lord willing, in November. And I've got some serious weight to lose and some big changes that need to be made. And I've known this. It's not a surprise. I mean, it's not a surprise to anybody. But like I said, I've noticed as I've aged, just how much harder things are. Perimenopause is no joke, and it's taken a toll. It is tough, and I'm all over the place emotionally, or I was, and I decided back midsummer to start working out. And like I said, it was not a big change. I usually work out in the summer because I would go to a pool, my mom's pool usually, and do water aerobics or walk laps in the pool. But I hurt my hip somehow and knew I needed to start walking because it was giving me grief just to walk and stand. And I'm too busy of a lady to allow that to keep on. And, I ask for your grace because I have seen comments on social media that will just turn my stomach. And I know that I'm risking that by being vulnerable and putting stuff out there. But like I said, my kids and husband think that this might be beneficial to someone. So, and there it is. It also helps me with accountability. My husbands and kids have made me accountable, but, I'm sharing this with y'all, so there's an accountability partner with y'all as well. So anyways, so I started walking in the pool again, and it absolutely helped my hip a lot. It is still not where I was there, and you'll see me hobble a lot of times if you see me walk, but it's way better. Also have some plantar fasciitis or whatever going on with one of my feet, and it's tough. You get older. I tell my kids all the time, what you do now will affect you when you get older. You may not see it in these wonderful youthful days where you can just go and you can go on little sleep and still function well enough, and you can just completely eat crap and it may not affect you too bad. Things like that, but things catch up. And I realized that things have caught up. My years of carrying around 100 extra pounds plus is caught up. And it's time to make changes. It's beyond time, but I can't do anything about yesterday. I can only do what I can do right now. So anyways, my husband and I, we were, and my whole family was blessed to get to go on a vacation this year. And Shannon he's worked out pretty much his whole life and loves it. He enjoys it. It's something that he likes to do, he wants to do, and he knows he needs to do. And so he, on vacation, went to an actual gym, something that he's not been a part of in, I guess, probably the whole time we've been married. He's not ever went to the gym, but he always did as a kid and did when he was younger. But he always worked out here at home. Our garage is falling apart, and it's, for whatever reason, just completely flooded with bees right now, or wasps. So when he was working out recently, he was getting stung, and like I said, the garage is falling down. It's one of our next big projects. But it's going to take some money to fix it. So that's why we have it. Anyways, after he went to that gym, he told me, he said, man, I really enjoy working out in gym. And obviously, why wouldn't he? Because it's there's fans, there's lights. We don't have any of that in the garage. It's kept at a reasonable temperature. It's not like extremely hot or extremely cold because we don't have any of that outside either. And he's not getting stung by wasps. And he's got equipment to work out with. And he's like, I really enjoyed that. So his birthday was coming up. And we decided to, he said, I think I would like a gym membership for my birthday. So I was like, okay. So I looked into it. And because two of my children already had a membership at the one and only gym we have in our hometown, I thought, they told me, they was like, well, Mom, there's family memberships. And so I looked into it. And he said, why don't you join with me? All right. I I've never been a part of a gym. I'm the girl that went to aerobics because when I was younger, I was always told overweight girls, fat girls, they don't lift weights. Now, don't scoff. This is the 80s and 90s. No. You've got to run it off. You've got to aerobicize it off. You've got to do steps. You've got to do all these things. And then when you get littler, you can firm up by doing weightlifting. That's what this mindset has had my whole life. So don't scoff too hard at me. That's what I was told by everyone back in the day. And so that's what I've always thought. My family, they started going to the gym a while back. I mean, it's been a couple of years now. And then, so I got Shannon this membership, or I was going to get Shannon this membership, and he said something about me joining. All I could see in my head is fat girl going in the gym, how I'm going to get made fun of. And you may say, that's stupid, and it is stupid. But I'm telling you, it's an intimidating thing. But I said, I don't know. And we're not made of money. So 2 gym memberships for 3 months was, even with the family plan, was a bit of money to put down. And I was like, oh, great. I'll just do my workouts here at home. Bull crap. I'll call myself on bull crap there. Because I got real good intentions, but not a lot of follow through when it comes to this. I like tending my garden and taking care of the animals and crocheting and cooking and stuff like that, to where I'm not sitting constantly, but I do sit more than I should. Especially by not equaling it out in some exercise each, several times a week. So anyways, I'm like, no, this is your birthday. We don't need to spend the extra money. We need to just do it for you. And he was like, yeah, you're probably right. and left it alone. And then, stupid, can't leave nothing, well enough alone. I said, the next day or two, I said, are you disappointed? And he said, yes. Now, boy, I'll tell you, I never want to disappoint that man or my kids. It was about his birthday, and we were going out the very next day for his birthday, and I said, okay, I'll join with you. And boy, he was tickled. I said, when we go out tomorrow, we'll go down there and we'll sign up. And man, he was over the moon. So first few days I go to the gym. I go with him. I wait till he gets off work. I go with him, and what do I do but think fat girls have to go get on the treadmill or get on the steps or get on the bicycle or something, because that's all you can do. And so that's what I do. I hate it. Hate it. I hate the stupid treadmill. I hate the stupid Stairmaster. I hate it. It's boring. You don't do nothing but just walk on that or step on that. It's awful. But I did it. I did that. And then I would do a few machines that was close enough by where I could feel like nobody was looking at me, that I could try to figure out on my own. Shannon is a one-track miner. Now, I know if I really pleaded with him that he would have took the time to show me things. I know he would have. But he got there, and he is solely focused on, man, here's what I want to do. And I'm going. And he's over there just busting his butt doing all the things he knows how to do and wants to do. And I'm over here trying to hide from people and hoping I don't know nobody, and I don't cry, and do the few things that I can figure out. And do them pretty poorly, and do them with 10, 20 pound weights, because fat girls don't lift weights. So I do that the first few times we're there. My daughter, my youngest daughter, says, Mom, I'd really like to go with you. And I said, well, that would probably be a good idea, because then you could show me some things, because, I don't really know what I'm doing down there. So we go. And let me tell you, it is a brand new world. I'm not on the treadmill. She's like, walk on there a few minutes if you want to warm up. But we're going to do this. And now, three of my kids have, they went through a little bit of a plump stage. And they're all lean, mean, tough machines now. All four of my kids are strong, and I'm just so stinking proud of them. They're fit and strong, and I want to be proud of them. I want them to be proud of me too. So she takes me down there, and she opens a brand new world to me. Whereas I sat down there, and tried this machine with 10, 20 pounds on it. She showed me that I was not doing it right. I needed to lift way heavier, and I could. And she pushed me, and I liked it. I'm to the point now that I think, for the most part, I could go down by myself for a workout and do it. She's wrote me out a workout that she's been doing and showed me how to do all the exercises. And, that's what I've been doing. And it's been really good. I'm lifting barbells and using these weight machines and what is it? Oh, how does she say it? How the kids say it? Lifting till I fail or whatever. And I'm like, I hate the way that sounds. That sounds terrible. You don't want to fail. And basically, I think what they say is you push until there's not another set, there's not another rep in there. So like, I'm at one point pulling and I just can't pull no more. Like the arms are shaking and, the body's twitching and I'm like, that's it. That's all. And they're like, that's what you want. And this is brand new to me. For one, obviously, I've not been pushing myself very hard this however many years of almost 50 years of being overweight. I'm almost, like I said, I'm almost 50. But I'm a month in and there's not a lot of difference in me physically. You can't see. There's not a lot of scale difference. I was really hoping there'd be a huge dramatic drop in weight. There's not been. There's been just a little trickle. I do feel better, and I praise the Lord for that. I do feel stronger, and I praise the Lord for that. But I'm eager to see the weight come off. Now, you may say, with that much weight to lose, why don't you go get on some kind of, shot or whatever that's so popular right now? I guess I don't know. I'm not going to say a whole lot about that except I don't want to do that. I know a lot of people are having huge success with it, but I don't think it's for me. Maybe it's because I know what I've done all these years of just, and you would think, people have this perception of overweight people that they just gorge themselves all the time. My family could sit here and tell you that I'm not one of those people, but I am one. I do like, sweet treats, and I would use choose those sometimes. But my body, I just gain weight easily. So it's just that much harder for me to stop. And again, when you get that middle age spread is a real thing. So I know, I know the mountain. That I face. And it's going to be a big plodding along that that will just have to happen every day. Every day, another step. I want it now, and I probably could have it faster if I were to choose one of those kind of things. But I don't trust it. Y'all know me well enough around here to know all the skepticism I have about a lot of things, and you may present me with all kind of things that say that it's totally trustworthy, and that's fine. But I'm going to do my best to not have to go that route. Told you I'm stubborn. I'm real stubborn. But anyways, like I said, I never really wanted to talk about this. But one of my kids in particular said, "Mom, it's impressive and it's encouraging." And there's others that might be inspired by that. So I said, you know me, I'm a ball baby, and I cry too easy, and I get embarrassed because of my size. And they're like, but look what you're doing. So that really blesses my heart that they're proud. Get it together, woman. Ugh. So, I know this has gotten lengthy, but I felt like I should kind of give you the story of how this came about. You know, I'm still me. I'm still canning and cooking and tending it, animals and gardens. Oh, Lord help us. The garden is so bad. But it's dry as everything out there. It's like the Sahara. But I hope to give you some improvement, some encouragement, and show you some improvements on me. We're dealing with a lot to lose around here. But I felt confident that the kids were right, and that it would be something that would be great to be able to look back on and see the changes, and hopefully encourage you that you can start at any point. It's not too late. So I'll add more here and there. It's not going to be, I'm not turning it into no crazy workout only channel or something. I don't plan on videoing my workouts. You do not want to see that, because I am not one of those pretty people that work out that look really good. I look like Chris Farley, when he's been when he's rolled down that hill and he stands up and he's all disheveled and don't know where he's at. That's what I look like when I come out of that gym. But anyways, so you can, if you're a praying person, you can pray for me, because it's tough. As for food, I'm doing everything that I normally do. I'm eating whole foods. I'm not eliminating any food group. I am cutting way, way down on sugar. Not to say that there's not a stitch that goes in my mouth, but is like hugely, hugely lowered. I drink my water. I take my supplements. I am really upping my protein, which has been tough for me. But I'm learning. I'm learning it does make me feel satiated for longer, which is an unusual feeling because I've been the one that's like hungry all the time. Or either I don't feel like I'm hungry, but as soon as I put something in my mouth, I could eat everything. You know, and I've tried it. I've tried it all. Low carb, you know. I've tried low Weight Watchers. I've tried. I was on Nutrisystem when I was a teenager. I've been a Weight Watchers member. I can't even count how many times I went. I don't want to go now because of Oprah. I may delete that part. I don't want to go now anyways, but especially because of her. I've been on diet pills. I've done it all, y'all. I've done it all. And I don't think there's any other way besides watching what you eat and getting active. That's just how it is. There's no shortcuts. And I guess that's why my desire is to do this, because I feel like if I were to go and get a stomach operation, you know, which I would qualify for, I have no doubts. We don't have insurance, so it's not even on the table, but I'm sure I could qualify for that. But has it taught me anything? Have I learned how to discipline myself? No, not yet. I'm learning, but I'm not there yet. I could get the shots. I don't want to be sick all the time. I want to feel good. I got a family I need to take care of. And again, has it taught me anything? I don't want to be on shots for the rest of my life. You know, and this is no, you know, talking bad about anybody who's done those things. This is just for me and my journey and my story. And, you know, things may change eventually. I don't know. I can't tell you. All I know is right here, right now, this is what's going on. I'm in the gym at least 3 times a week. I'm trying to do things here. Gym wipes it wipes me out. I get tired. I feel good, and then I get, you know, I get tired. But I think that's the way it's supposed to be. It's doing something I've never done before. And it's going to change my life. I have no doubt. And I want to be able to do things with my grandbabies and my kids and my husband. And I want to be there for them. So, yep, here I am, almost 50, crying in front of a bunch of strangers and probably people I know that's going to judge me. But it's all right. It's who I am. And I'll just ask you for kindness and grace. And You know, I've tried down this road a million times. But I've only failed for sure if I don't try 1,000,001, right? So that's where we're at. I don't plan on this being like the only updates I ever give, like, you know, or this being the only thing I ever post about. I don't, you know, I don't plan that. I do plan to, you know, continue to share kitchen stuff and farm stuff and all the other wonderful things that go on. But there may be some of this too. So, and, you know, and if it's well received, maybe there'll be even more. I don't know. But anyways, enough crying and enough talking for today. There's a lot of more backstory I could tell you. There's a lot more stories in my life I could tell you. But I don't want to bore you to tears or for me to shed any more tears. So I just want to say thank you for being here and thank you for watching. And I appreciate your willingness to hang with me and to support me and this channel and my endeavors. So God bless you and have a great day.